We're in a city built on 7 hills, and the fans hoping to see 7 points on the board early. We're at Cincinnati's Paycor Stadium. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're off and running at Paycor Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Right to the air, Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here we go.
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Rolling left, buying some time. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nakobe Dean. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Brought down by Trey Hendrickson. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Hurts now from the gun. This finds. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And now the Bengals have it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Burrow setting up the play action. He's on the move. And this one's up there, but a little too far up there. This one misses the tight end. And it's going to be 2nd down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Has a man, it's Brown.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going, but that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
11 MT. 11 MT, paint. 11 MT, paint.
To throw again, it's Burrow. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on 4th down, and they move those chains.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
That throw finds Jamar Chase. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage. Sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Stop.
Burrow from the gun. He's got time here. And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. Stop.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Stop.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's brought down for a loss. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this.
On 1, ready?
We're all set to bring you the 2nd quarter. The Bengals well within striking distance.
Gun. Stop. Stop.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. He's got it! And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Stop.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Has it in close. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying the time for that play that led to the score.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. The return starts at the 18. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Motioning one of the tight ends. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. The Eagles pushing for a late spark before halftime. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now Hurts. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
That's caught with Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down at about the 29.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Hurts throwing again. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Was Devontae Smith the intended receiver? But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. This throw is caught. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll throw it again. Has it down close. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11.
Looking to throw, Burrow. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And now they face 2nd down.
On 2. Here we go.
Throwing is Burrow. Forced out to his right. This one taken in by Chase. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And before he can get rid of it, he runs out of bounds. Could have just tossed it incomplete, Brock, but instead takes the sack and a big loss.
Well, as a quarterback, I hate to assign blame to the position, but on that one, you just got to throw it away for an incompletion. We still need to give credit to the defense, no question, which helped flush him from the pocket in the first place.
And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Trying to force one through there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Here we go. Shot.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Cut for big yards on the right side. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. And they make the tackle. I'm not sure that was an advisable gamble in this spot, Brock, as they turn it over on downs. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. He beams one deep right side. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Geno Stone picks it off. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. Has this at the 6. A nice return, but what a hit we had at the end of it. First and 10 now from the 30.
Great. Crowd left Yeti.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
2nd and 3 now. Here's another carry for Barkley. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 42. That pass complete to Goddard. And he gets him around 6 there. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down, a run with Barkley. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
swarm. Tiger swarm. Delta.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
63, 63, 63. Hey. Delta.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
King, Phil King. Phil King. Delta.
Hurts now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. We're second down now, 7 to go.
Great. Hey.
Back to throw, Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Back to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Great. Check.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Delta.
From the 17. Taken in by Smith. And this one doesn't go far.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Third down, 1 yard to go. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Eagles going for the win here. Third and a lone yard coming up. He'll throw it. That's into the hands of Barkley. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal.
Hey, easy, 63, pass. Delta.
They're going to run with Barkley. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Good, set. Delta.
Here he is to throw. Has it in close. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Trying to locate it. Oh, no, he lost it. Oh, no, and it bounces out of their own end zone. That's going to be a safety.
Here we go.
Setting up to pass. Higgins makes the catch. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Back to throw. On the move, headed right. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Here we go. Stop.
Throwing now. Looking right, and he finds him. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Trying to get it to T. Higgins. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Stop.
He'll look to throw it. Chased out to his right. He's running with it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Hey, we gotta keep
Bengals
scoring.
have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line.
11. Stop.
Here he is to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
On 1, ready?
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4.
11, Thomas. 12. Stop.
Looking to throw it. He's on the move. Pass caught along the sideline by Gesicki. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And they pull it off. A touchdown catch in the final moments. And now overtime or a win right here are on the table. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
gone for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left, and after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. So this kick now to force overtime. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the fourth. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 14. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. And when they fly down the field, they got two things in mind, Kate. Number one, get the returner down. And number two, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
1 final second on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out. So now it'll all come down to the foot of Evan McPherson. He's got to drive this one 53 yards down the middle. Doesn't look like it has the leg, and it falls well short of the posts. And folks, we're headed for overtime. Man, this has been such a great game. Nobody is ready for it to end just yet. After 4 quarters, we're headed to overtime.
McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
Now hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. This return starts at the 5. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31. First throw of overtime now. This finds Smith. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A humble 5-6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
They go to Barkley again. Has a lane inside the 35. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles pull in front. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, Brock, they were obviously more concerned with a pass that wasn't coming. Great decision to hand it off, and even better running to gallop all the way to the end zone.
That's the way it's supposed to look, right from the playbook, right? That's why you run an RPO. That defense can't be right. You're playing pass, well, I'll hand it off, and my running back can do the damage.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Gun. Shot. Shot.
Now he gets a shot here in overtime. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
12, 12, 12. That.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Oh, big interception here. Darius Slay has it. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football before they were finally able to separate from the opposition and earn that hard-fought victory. So for my partner, Brock Huard, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Cincinnati.